Well, hello there, and hello from my backyard. Crunchy leaves everywhere. Anyway, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've never been here or if this is your first video, welcome. And my name's Miranda. I'm a holistic nutritionist, content creator, YouTuber, lover of life, lover of the plant-based, fruit-based lifestyle. So, as you can tell from the video title, this video was requested by a comment like 2 days ago or something, and I found it kind of interesting because it's different from my goals, but I've experienced this to lose weight on a high raw or raw vegan diet. But personally right now I'm actually gaining weight, so I'll make a separate video about weight gain, like healthy weight gain, muscle gain on a high raw or raw vegan lifestyle. But without further ado, let's get into that. How to lose weight and maintain a healthy weight and still feel satisfied and nourished on a high raw or raw vegan lifestyle. So yeah, the first one is pretty obvious to me, like, because I talk about this all the time. If you ever watched any of my other videos, follow a high carbohydrate, low fat diet. Then you can eat in abundance, right? Because carbohydrates are our fuel source, our preferred energy source. So your body is going to be able to burn that off while actually getting the nourishment from the food that you eat, rather than eating a high fat diet and restricting your calories and not feeling very nourished, not feeling satisfied because you're not getting that satiation from the carbohydrates if you follow a low carb diet, right? Even on a raw vegan or high raw vegan lifestyle, you can follow a low carb life. And that's not good. That's not really fun because glucose is our fuel. So you're going to feel more energized and the weight's just going to melt off. And not just weight, water retention, bloating, constipation, and things like that will eventually go away if you follow a high carb, low fat lifestyle. A lot of fruits, a lot of veggies, whole grains, nuts and seeds in smaller amounts. But like the point is to feel full, to feel satisfied, to feel like you're actually getting true nourishment and you're eating enough and you're not restricting your calories. So following a high carb versus a low carb lifestyle, even on a raw vegan or high raw vegan lifestyle, is really crucial for maintaining a healthy body weight and losing weight over time naturally and healthfully. So the second reason is kind of playing on that as well, the high carb lifestyle, is fiber. Fiber is so crucial. Did you know that only 7% of Americans actually reach the daily recommended amount from the government, even though the government recommendation is extremely low? I think it's at, or it was at 17% of your calories, or 17 grams of fiber, which you need at least 80, or like around the ballpark of 70 to 100 grams of fiber a day to have a really strong and healthy gut flora and a good microbiome. Like, you don't want to be in dysbiosis, right? Which is more bad bacteria than good bacteria. So the more fiber you eat, the more good bacteria you're gonna get, and the less gas, the less bloating, the less constipation and digestive issues and stomach problems and things like that, that can lead to you gravitating towards other things that are less optimal because you're not full, you're not satisfied, right? So our stomach has these receptors in our stomach that can sense whether or not we're full, sending signals to the brain. So you gotta fill up your belly, right? Fiber. Fiber fills you up. It's nourishing, right? It actually fills your body up and it helps the flow of your bowels as well, right? So eating a lot of fiber-rich foods such as whole grains like beans, legumes, I mean those are legumes, not whole grains, but like quinoa, like buckwheat, even corn and rice and potatoes, those sorts of things on a high raw lifestyle. But if you're following a fully raw lifestyle, a lot of fruit and a lot of veggies, right? Lots of greens and cucumbers, tomatoes, mangoes. Like you can have avocados, right, which are full of fiber, and omegas, right, which is so good. So bananas and dates and apples. The list is endless. So the more fiber-rich foods you eat, the more satisfying it's going to be. And fiber-rich foods are naturally low in fat, right? Playing on the low-fat lifestyle. So when you eat fiber-filled foods, they're good for you, 1. 2, usually it helps your bowels push out old fecal matter, which can kind of make you feel like that's excess weight, right? It technically is weight, right? So when we talk about weight, it doesn't mean just excess fat, excess weight in the body, right? Like water retention, excess fecal matter, even gas can be weight. But obviously excess fat is something that a lot of people kind of think of weight loss, right? So, but that's all of the above will be alleviated if you follow a high raw and a high fiber diet. So don't worry about if you're getting enough protein, if you're getting enough this, if you're getting enough that. If you eat enough whole plant foods, rich in fiber and rich in carbohydrates, you're naturally going to get all the other macronutrients, the fat and protein. So follow a high fiber diet. You're going to be fuller, more satisfied, and not have to eat as many calorie dense foods because you're actually getting nourishment. And of course, sometimes these reasons kind of feel like the same, but in a different way. But this one is number 3, lots of fruit. Lots of fruit, regardless if you're following a fully raw vegan diet or a high raw vegan diet or just a whole foods plant-based diet, lifestyle, whatever you want to call it. Lots of fruit. We are frugivores, okay? There's no doubt about it. So we need to flourish and eat a lot of fruit, and we're gonna thrive and not have to worry about gaining weight, because fruit is high in carbohydrates, glucose, which is our body's fuel. It's high in hydration and high in fiber, so it's gonna fill you up, nourish you, get your bowels moving, push out excess fecal matter, so you're not gonna have constipation, which adds to excess weight. You're not gonna have bloating, which adds to excess weight, which is like water retention and excess fluid in the bowels, because your bowels are inflamed because you have a low hydration diet. So sometimes when people eat fruit, they have digestive issues, but it's not the fruit's fault. If you think about it in the way of fruit just exposes what's already going on in the body. So the more fruit you eat, the more that your body's gonna want it, the more that your bowels are gonna be used to this amount of hydration, amount of fiber, amount of carbohydrates. And fruit is full of vitamins, full of minerals, and full of different phytonutrients, right? Like anthocyanins, lycopene, beta carotene, from like the different pigments, the beautiful, colorful pigments of fruit. Oh, there's this huge truck full of pumpkins right now. It's really cool to see. Anyway, so lots of fruit will keep you satisfied, because obviously they're full of fiber, but they're not just full of fiber, they're full of carbohydrates and glucose, which is our fuel. So you're gonna feel good, and your skin's gonna be better, your hair's gonna be better, your breath won't smell, you'll have less armpit BO, like even things like that, because you have less toxins in the body. If you eat less toxins, your body has to push out less toxins, right? So your lymphatic system will also work better, which will be better drainage. So that's also weight loss, like pus, debris, that sort of thing, mucus, that is also weight. So fruit's naturally low in fat, most fruits anyway. Some fruits like coconut or avocados are higher in fat, which I wouldn't eat a plate full of avocados, but like maybe 1 or 2 a day, like that's completely fine, because they're full of fiber, they're also full of carbohydrates and fat and protein. Like all plant foods have all macronutrients. It's just some are higher in carbs, some are higher in protein, and some are higher in fat, which is so amazing. So if you eat an amazing, beautiful, colorful, amazing, vibrant variety, you're gonna have everything you need, and you're gonna lose weight effortlessly. This is not as related to your diet, but I think it's so important to add. And it's not only important for weight loss, exercising daily or taking a daily walk, it's also important for overall well-being, which can help support your weight loss journey and your health journey in general, because daily exercise promotes endorphins, right? And dopamine and the different hormones that go on in your gut, and serotonin. And daily walks help with lymphatic drainage, like I said. Daily walks help with your digestive system, and exercise, whatever sort of exercise that you enjoy. The reason why I say daily walks is because that's what I really, really enjoy. I love taking walks, and even in the cold weather, I still take walks because it's quiet, and I can really think, as well as your bowels are only as active as you are. That's what they say. So I like to get in a daily walk and exercise, because it not only helps me like stay a healthy weight, which is not even the reason why I do it, but it's going to help, obviously. It helps with your cardiovascular health, right? And getting your I'm like all over the place today because I'm just looking at all the beautifulness around me. So anyway, I really recommend you do daily walks or exercise to not only help with your cardiovascular health, lymphatic health, but your digestive health and overall well-being. So that will help in the long run, because this is holistic health. Like, I'm not just talking about going on a diet and losing weight. That's not what life is about. You want to be abundant in the way you think and the way you eat. So you want to think of gaining something rather than losing something. Over time, you will lose weight. Over time, you will. So focus on gaining health, right? Gaining strength if you go to the gym, gaining stamina if you jog, right? So gaining health every time you eat. So lose weight naturally and take daily walks, or find something you love to do and that moves your body. So on the note of eating whole foods, so whole foods is basically like kind of like one ingredient, something, right? From the earth, from the planet, right? We're not eating animal flesh or secretions or anything like that, right? We're focusing on real food made from the earth, made from God, made from the soil and the sunlight, right? So you want to focus on whole foods. It's going to be best for digestion, best for assimilation and absorption of vitamins and minerals, which in turn will keep you more nourished, which in turn will help you lose weight over time, naturally and healthfully. So it's not like I never eat processed foods, and processed food isn't a bad word. A lot of things and content and people nowadays are saying processed food is like the worst thing in the whole entire world, which it's not as optimal when you have the choice to eat whole foods, right? But having a processed food doesn't have to be so bad. It's so funny because technically guacamole is a processed food, right? It's a process that like makes the guacamole. So it all depends on the way it's processed and what's taken out and then put back in its place. So a highly processed food, something mostly high in fat, high in salt, high in preservatives or chemicals, and the nutrients are taken out. So nutrients are taken out. Preservatives, chemicals, salt, fat are put in its place, right? So I eat gluten-free pasta, for example. That is a processed food, but it's only one ingredient most of the time anyway. So it's either corn flour, rice flour, brown rice flour, quinoa, or like chickpea flour. Like, that's one ingredient that included a process, which is okay. Obviously, like, if you want to have a scale of something, it's better to eat a whole food, like eat a whole entire mango or eat a potato over, like, I don't know, quinoa pasta or processed crackers, right? Which can still be good for you. So don't be afraid of processed foods, like lightly processed foods, right? Obviously, we're not eating Twinkies or we're not eating Oreos or Doritos, or right, those things that are very high in fat, high in preservatives, high in sodium, or having like animal flesh in there, animal secretions in there, nitrates, sulfates, that sorts of thing. So you want to just like avoid things that you don't know what they are, right? So I normally just stick to very simple whole foods, which will help you in your weight loss journey, because the body can easily recognize that and easily digest it and assimilate it into the body and absorb the vitamins and nutrients and the glucose that's within it. So just stick to whole plant foods, and obviously like having a low amount of processed food is going to be okay. So don't be so worried about that and think it's such a bad thing. I personally avoid all oils because it's just refined fat, right? It's not very, like, it's not going to be so bad for you, right? Like, obviously, like, butter is really, really bad for you versus olive oil, right? So if I had a choice, I would choose olive oil, but I personally just avoid highly processed foods, which is oil is a highly processed food. So if you have it once in a while, it's okay. I'm not saying it's like you have to be so strict, but personally, I have found over time that this works for me. This makes me feel the best, makes me feel so energized, and helps me maintain my figure and my high energy levels, right? So it's not just about what you look like, right? It's about how you feel. So some people can look skinny or look healthy, but be very drained or have a high cholesterol, right? And have low energy and rely on stimulants. So you gotta look past the aesthetics of things, right? Having a flat belly isn't just, it looks good because it's natural. That's one thing. And people want it because it's how we're supposed to be, right? Having a flat belly, not just like having a flat belly as in low amount of fat there, just no bloating, no gassiness, no excess fecal matter in the colon, no inflammation in the intestines that's pulling water from all parts of your body, making you chronically dehydrated. So just focus on whole plant foods, and I guarantee you're gonna feel good and lose weight naturally. So I forget what number this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is number 6. Smoothie breakfast, and that's something I do basically every single day, and if not, I can feel the difference like in my energy levels, in my digestion. It just personally, I really love it, and it's fast and it's easy, and it will help you lose weight over time because you're gonna feel really satisfied with a smoothie because it already kind of does some of the work for you, right? A smoothie is a processed food technically, but having a smoothie, it's easy to do, for one. So it takes a little bit of the stress off of you. If you're gonna be making breakfast and you're in a rush, you just put stuff in a blender and blend it up and boom, you're done. So sometimes stress makes you hold on to water weight, right? Makes you want to do other things, like eat certain things. So like having a lower stress life will help you lose weight over time naturally. And it's raw vegan, obviously. So if you're a raw vegan, you can have a smoothie for breakfast and lunch, or like a smoothie bowl or something, or just a big fruit plate. But I recommend a smoothie in the morning because it's really easy to digest. So it will like get your digestion started in a slow pace. And I'm all about kind of living a slow life, not in a way of like I'm lazy, but I'm trying to think of the words of how to describe the way that it feels. It's like satisfying, but it's also just makes me feel good and energized, and I don't think about food. So you ever eat something and you're still hungry, like you still want something? I don't ever feel like that when I have my morning smoothie, right? Because I am fully nourished and satisfied. So having a smoothie will eliminate these so-called cravings, right? Because people like to think that cravings exist, and cravings don't exist. Sorry, they just don't exist. Your body needs nourishment. That's why you're craving certain things. So when you crave sugar, you are just needing glucose. Just eat more fruit. If you're craving like something very dense, you're just calorie restricting. So you need to eat more calories of whole plant foods. So having a smoothie is just effortless, and it gets your body moving. It gets your bowels moving really easily to prevent, like I said, bloating and stuff. So that'll just be a natural way to lose weight or maintain weight in a healthy way. So that is what I do every single morning, and I highly, highly recommend it if you want to lose weight, feel satisfied, and have a beautiful, amazing, vibrant smoothie every single day and be a vibrant person. All right, well, this is number 7, and it's like an odd number. I should have done like 6 or 8, but I have 7 here. Whatever, it's fine. 7's okay, right? 7. Quality versus quantity. Quality versus quantity. This is a huge thing that people think you need to eat less to lose weight. It's a scam. It's not real. The reason why people think they need to eat less to lose weight is because they're not eating the right foods to lose weight, right? So you got to eat low-fat foods, and you can eat in abundance, right? And you don't have to go entirely crazy. You can just reach what you need to reach and feel full. You don't have to like eat like it's Thanksgiving every single day. Obviously, you just eat till you feel good and feel satisfied and energized, right? So you don't have to restrict your calories. You don't have to fast. You don't really have to do any of that sort of stuff, right? And fasting is really just meant for someone that is going through maybe an illness, right? You need to kind of reset your gut microbiome. You need to eliminate things, right? But I don't do any juice cleanses. I don't do any detoxing or anything like that, because the reason why people detox is because their organs of elimination aren't working properly. And they think that doing this magical detox or juice cleanse is going to solve that. What you need to focus on is actually eating foods that improve your organs of elimination's functions. I think I talked about this before, but eating foods like fruit, obviously, this is like the first thing I think of, that help with your liver function, right? That help with your lymphatic function, that help with your kidney function, that help with your skin, help with your digestion. So eating foods that already improve the detoxification process will help you maintain a healthy body, maintain a healthy weight effortlessly. So don't worry about doing juice cleanses or fasting or doing anything like that unless you're like really, really want to. Like, go, more power to you if you really, really want to do that. But that's not what I recommend, because it's kind of just like unnecessary, right? So maybe if you're coming from some illness or the standard American diet, yeah, you could go on like some sort of smoothie cleanse. I don't recommend juice cleanses at all, because they're very low fiber. So you need to feed your gut microbiome. So if you do anything, just drink smoothies, because they still have the fiber intact, right? So, and it helps with digestion overall, like I already said. So you can drink a whole entire blender full of smoothie. I mean, that's not unheard of for me. I had to work up to that point. So if you come from a low fiber diet, I don't recommend drinking a whole entire blender full of smoothie, because you might feel discomfort because you come from a low fiber diet, right? Just like anything else, you want to slowly transition. So you don't, just go back to your old ways because it doesn't work for you. So yeah, just don't worry about limiting your calories. Don't worry about restricting your calories. Count your calories to make sure you get enough. So I only recommend counting your calories to make sure you get enough, not to kind of limit anything. So we don't want to be limited. This is why diets never work long term, right? Because people feel limited. People feel like restricted and that they're losing something. So we don't want to live in a lack mentality, right? So even though you want to lose weight, you want to gain health more, right? So that's my video for today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And let me know if there's any other things that you do or have done to lose weight and maintain a healthy body weight, eating a high raw or raw vegan lifestyle. I would love to hear your comments and what helps you, or yeah, if I missed anything, let me know. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful day, and I'm feeling so thankful and grateful just to be out here right now. It's just the perfect weather. It's like 71 degrees or something, and sunny and not too breezy. So I'm feeling really good. But being out in nature too relaxes your nervous system. So let me know if you guys have any video ideas for me, because this video came from a comment of yours. So, oh my gosh, thank you so much for commenting. Anybody who comments, it just makes my day to see anybody, you know, reacting or engaging with me. It makes my life so good, and I feel so blessed. Anyway, so love yourself, okay? Love yourself and eat loving foods, and don't restrict yourself, all right? So I hope you have a beautiful evening, morning, afternoon, or wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Do it with love, do it with a grateful heart, you know, and help others while you help yourself, okay? So thank you for watching again. Subscribe to my channel if you love holistic health, the vegan lifestyle, mindset, mentality, and emotional health, just overall well-being. I'm all about it. So if you are, like this video to see more, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully.